with Love and Soap Studio. In this short and sweet video, I'm going to show you how to resize a recipe using a lie calculator. So a lot of times you might find a recipe either on a soap making blog or in a soap making book. You want to make it, but your mold is not the same mold that they have. Maybe you need to scale the recipe up, or maybe you need to scale it down because you don't want to make such a big batch of soap. And so you can easily do that by using a lie calculator, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So my favorite lie calculator to use when modifying recipes is soapcalc.net. So you'll simply go to soapcalc.net, go to the recipe calculator, and this is where we are going to enter the recipe to resize it. Okay? So let's start with this pumpkin spice cupcake soap. So this is going to be a pretty easy recipe to resize because I have provided the percentages of the different oils. So this recipe is at loveandsoap.com. If you do a search for pumpkin spice cupcakes, it will pop up so you can find it. So again, this is going to be a pretty easy recipe to resize because I've already given you the percentages. And so all you have to do at SoapCalc is simply, first of all, choose your lye. And in case you're brand new to soap making, make sure you choose the NaOH, that's the sodium hydroxide. KOH is for liquid soap, so you don't want to choose that. Now here you can choose your weight. Now you can go pounds, you can go ounces, or you can go grams. I've actually gotten into using grams more than ounces, although you certainly can use ounces. Okay, and then you want to choose your water amount. Now water is very personal, to the soap maker. It is about the only thing that can fluctuate in the base of your soap. So you can use more water, you can use less water, you can soap with a water discount, completely up to you. My favorite water amount to use is actually a lye ratio. I do 2 parts water to 1 part lye. So whatever my lye is, I times it by 2 to get my water amount. If my lye is something like 300 grams, then I would use 600 grams of water to make my solution. And then you can choose your super fat. Typically soap is super fatted anywhere from 5 to 8%, but again, it's a personal kind of personal choice that you can make. This recipe is super fatted at 5%. And then you can also choose your fragrance amount. I actually leave this blank because I figured that out as a separate step. So we will go back to this and look at this. So this is actually 400 grams of oils. It makes 9 cupcakes. Let's say that I want to make 18 cupcakes and simply double it. Now, of course, I can just double all these numbers and that would work out just fine. But to be more precise, and because calculators round numbers and all of that, I would go ahead and enter it into a lie calculator. Okay? So we have cocoa butter, coconut oil. Okay, so we want to do 800 grams. And we have coconut oil, we have cocoa butter, we have olive oil, rice bran, and castor. Olive oil, rice bran, and castor oil. Okay, so be sure you enter the total amount of soap that you want, and since we have percentages, this is going to be pretty easy to do. So coconut oil was at 30%, cocoa butter at 15, 30, 15. We have olive oil at 40%, rice bran at 10, castor at 5. So 40, 10, 5. All right, so once you get all that in, hit calculate recipe, and it will calculate the needed amount for each oil. And then as you can see down here, just to confirm, it's going to be 800 total grams of oil. So it matches what you put up here. Okay. Now you can view or print the recipe and then print it out for your records. And there you have your new recipe. This will make 18 cupcakes instead of just 9 cupcakes. So you can use the same technique for loaf molds, for any other kind of mold that you have. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear this out and let me show you another way to do it. All right, so let's say that we have a recipe that doesn't give us percentages. We have to do another step, but it's still easy to do. So when I started my blog at Love and Soap, a lot of times I didn't put the percentages in because I just assumed people would run it through a lie calculator and get the percentages. So some of my recipes on the blog don't have the percentages on them, such as this juniper and cedarwood beer soap recipe. So again, if you want to find this, go to loveandsoap.com. In the search bar, just put juniper and cedarwood beer, and the recipe should pop up. So here's the recipe, and here's the oils that I've highlighted. This has 32 ounces of oil, so it's a 2-pound oil batch. And let's say that we have a mold that holds 4 pounds. So we need 4 pounds of oil. So we will again double this recipe. But again, you don't want to do it just by hand. You want to do it in a lie calculator just so it's more accurate. And it's also more easy if you're going, I mean, we're simply doubling it. But let's say you had a mold that held something weird like 42 ounces of oils or 63 ounces of oils, then you can't just double the recipe. It's going to be a little more calculated, a little more complicated calculation. Okay, so let's go ahead and enter this. So Babassu, shea butter, olive, and we'll do ounces this time, and like I said, we want 4 pounds. So that is 64 ounces. So this will fill 2 10-inch silicone loaf molds. All right, Babassu, and what was it? Shea butter, olive, and avocado. Shea butter, olive, and avocado oil. Now I don't have the percentages. That would have made things a lot easier, but I don't have them. So we're going to simply have to calculate at the 32 ounces, and then we'll have to then calculate for 64. So actually, you could just delete the ounces. You're not going to choose anything here. And then you go ahead and enter the ounces as I've given them. So Babassu, 10 ounces. Shea butter, 2 ounces. Olive oil, 16. And avocado, 4. So go ahead and hit calculate your recipe. And as you can see, it kind of fills in the percentages here. And then just to double check, we have 32 ounces. If it said 28 or 34, then it means that I entered something incorrectly, so be sure to change that. And then to resize it, all you do is up here, put in the amounts that you want to, first you have to click the percentage here, so move it over to where the percentage is highlighted, and then you can enter how many ounces you want here. Okay, then hit calculate recipe. It will spit out at you the ounces that you need for each oil. And again, confirm down here, 64 ounces. That is what you were going for. And so it resized our recipe. And again, if you have like a weird number of ounces of oils that your mold holds, just simply enter it. It could be 52, it could be 43, hit calculate, and then it will give you the amount. Okay, so when percentages aren't provided in a recipe, it does make it, you do have that extra step, but it's still super simple to do. So just enter the recipe as is over here, calculate the recipe, and then once you do that, click on the percentages, and then you can resize it by changing this. And you can even convert it into grams or pounds or anything that you want to. Okay? So I hope that you found that helpful when you're trying to resize soap recipes that you found around the internet. Again, for more soap recipes, go to loveandsoap.com and you can find all kinds of different recipes on the blog. We have lots of cold process soap recipes. We have a few melt and pour tutorials, some hot process. We have natural soap recipes, which are scented with essential oils and colored using natural colorants. We have lots of different milk recipes. So again, loveandsoap.com, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. For more soap making tutorials, articles, design techniques, and recipes, please visit our website at loveandsoap.com, LOVIN soap.com. We'd also love you to join our Facebook group, Saponification Nation, where soap makers from all over the world come together to talk soap, share their projects, their beautiful photos, and what they're working on. So just go to Facebook, search groups for Saponification Nation, and we should pop up.